stream. Welcome back to Sin TV. And of course, Sin TV stands for Smart Intelligent News. On today's stream, okay, we have some very interesting news in regards to a very popular MMORPG called Rusty Hearts. And you will not believe what platform this game is on now. And then on top of that, too, another juicy topic. I wanted to talk about, this is a very interesting post I found about the 10 worst college degrees to have in 2015. So today's game is one that's not as popular as it used to be, and is called Divine Souls. And I'm just a huge fan. You know me, I love hack and slash. I like beat 'em ups. I like just fighting games in general, but particularly I am a huge fan of ARPGs, as I can talk today, right? This is absolutely delicious tea, because, of course, you know, when I'm breaking it down, I gotta have my tea with me. And let's get into some Riot talk, shall we? So, first and foremost, if you do look at my, of course, the stream right now in the video, I have to say it is a lot better quality. And you know why, my friends? Let's get into some Divine Soul here and play this awesome game here. Excuse me. So, these are just the basics of the controller. This is my character, Cambry, here. So you have W, A, S, and D. And the only thing I don't like is it's such a rushed, you know, type of movement. I mean, it's like she's running for like 10 jelly donuts. Like, oh, darling, I need 10 donuts. Like, that's literally how she's running, right? All right, so right now we are trying to find, so it says go to this particular dungeon. And then all you have to do is you just walk, you just walk there until you get there. And then it's like right here. So now we have to get to that particular dungeon. And let's see here. Okay. Okay, so let's see what dungeon we are supposed to go to. So my character is level 2 right now. And these are all the dungeons that are in the game. So if you can't really reach this area until you get to level 40. But I digress. So let's go back here to this it's like Al Dante Forest or whatever. But let's get back into it, right? So, oh my gosh, I just can't even believe the tomfoolery of what I had to go through today with my graphics card. So for many of you, you wanted to know my specs. I have an NVIDIA GeForce NVIDIA G. It's called like the G4 or like GeForce, and it's the GTX 280. So it is a little bit of an older graphics card. It's about maybe 2 to 3 years old. But I am going to upgrade to the latest in the series, which is the GTX 980. But that bad boy is like $300-400, guys. And I'm not sure, for many of you who know my job situation right now, I am very part-time. So I can't afford that mess. I've been saying that a lot. I can't afford a lot. I'm just grateful that I have this computer that has this graphics card for me to, play these games for you at 30 frames per second. And my resolution is at 720p because my computer unfortunately can't go any higher. So let me also tell you that I had to tweak around with the software because for some reason, like graphically, my videos were not looking good when I would upload them to YouTube. And once I figured out that NVIDIA graphics cards have this program that's called the NVIDIA Control Panel. Now, as a disclaimer, please make sure you consult with a tech professional. Do not tweak around with, anything with your computer if you do not know what you're doing. I'm being real. I'm just saying it like it is, guys. So, I mean, honestly, it is very important to know what you're doing when it comes to your game here. Okay, so see, this is where I got stuck the last time. Okay, it says here that we have to report to the NPC Jester, not Lester, on where is Elon. It's like Blue Day or whatever. Okay, so we're going the right way. So, alright, so we have to go to it's like the Eldon Forest. So this is the area we were supposed to be, right? And you still can't find the person that you're looking for. That's so frustrating about MMOs, you know? But let's get back into the craziness. Oh, I think I found him. Nope, this is a drill instructor. Let's see. Let's see who else is up in here, because I was like, where the heck am I supposed to be going here in the first place? Don't you hate that in games where you're like, where am I supposed to be going? Like, you're like trying to figure out where, you know, what you're supposed to do and where you're supposed to go. Now, it is telling you where to go. Okay, so we do have a dungeon here. Well, I'll show you the dungeon so you guys have an idea of how it's like actually like. So you have a couple options. You can either enter it, you can cancel, or you can join a party. So let's try joining a party. But apparently we can't do that, because that would be too easy. But no, so okay, we're gonna just enter it ourselves. I just want to show you how it actually looks like. But yeah, so I had to tweak around with this, particularly what was happening. Alright, so let's go to Forest of the Mist here, which is level 1. And then you can choose the difficulty here. It's kind of like Dungeon Fighter Online. So there's another difficulty that's going to be coming soon. So you can pick it up free or random in regards to your item pickup. And then dice settings, which you don't really need to play around with. So let's enter this dungeon here while I'm talking about the tomfoolery that was my NVIDIA control panel. There are just so many customizations. So I went through this because... Oh, sweet. Okay. All right. So that tells you how much how much regen and also your chances of getting items, which is pretty sweet here. All right. So X and Z. So to attack, you just left click. That's all you have to do. And just like in games like C9 too, all you have to do is to change the camera angle is with the mouse itself. And I was having so much trouble, guys, with my graphics card. But I sat down, and one thing that's so important to do is you want to do your research. Can't tell you enough. Okay, so R picks up items for you. So it's pretty self-explanatory. This is just one of those games where you just want to, like, you know, beat up and, you know, you just want to beat enemies. I just like a good, like I said earlier, a good ARPG. It's always nice. Look at that, 20 hits. We're gonna just keep rocking and rolling here. Alright, pardon me here for the horrible camera angles. Here we go. And if you want to try one of your special attacks too, you have Z as well as X here. See, that's your special attack right there. You see how sweet that is? Yay, we leveled up! Alright, hit escape to close here. Oh, you want to mess with me like that? No, we're not having that today, darling. No, no, sir. No, ma'am. No, so after I figured out all that tomfoolery, right? So I want to play Terra, okay? And let me tell you, you can have, once again, the best doggone PC money can buy, and for some reason Terra will not play unless you have, you know, a really... Okay, I don't have time for you here. You're gonna come at me like that, fool.
You can go to the next area.
And it tells you can go to the next area, which is pretty sweet. So it really doesn't even take that long to level up in this game too, which I like. Sometimes I just like a quick level up. I just don't like that, you know, just straight up like grind. And then you can block that way too, which is pretty cool. But the left click is your main like melee attack. So if you're just a beginner in the MMO genre, I would, you know, recommend this game to first kind of start working on, you know, playing for the first time different moves, and then you can auto run by hitting F. So, or R will let you pick up these items because, you know, I need some coin. All right, there we go. And see, that's the block like that. So that's always good to learn how to block here. And I'm just getting the hits today. Maybe I'm just kind of pissed off for all the tomfoolery I went through today. And then, you know, the other thing, guys and ladies and all you fine good-looking people out there, is after that went down, I want to play Terra, right? And Terra is just one of these games, it's just impossible to, like, doesn't matter what graphics card you may have per se, but it's just impossible to play. And it's like, you know, over 20 gigabytes too, so it's quite an experience to download as well. It's a pain. And you can also break stuff too, which is cool. I like that, you know, a game where you can like destroy everything, which is always cool. Oh, I always forget that I have to block. See, that's blocking right there. And I do like that everything regenerates too. So we can go to the next area here. Alright, so when we see that, we got a boss. I think I can handle this boss. Alright, let's go. And I'm not also getting lag with OBS. I've been doing a lot of research, guys. Before you even start streaming in the first place, please make sure you do test your stream out. You do a couple trials, that kind of stuff, just to make sure that things are, you know, working properly for you. Ooh, that move I am gonna use down the boss. Yes. This thing is a dick. I'm not even gonna lie. There we go. Alright, let's get the Saber Fang here, because Saber Fang is getting on my nerves. No, but you gotta spend some time doing research, because with Terra, what I found out is my graphics card can only play Terra on the crappiest low settings. So, yes! That was a really quick kill. I was not expecting that at all. That was quite a quick kill. But watch, I'll get like a D rank. Oh, S. Okay, that's not too bad. As you get better with the game, of course, higher rank, that's, you know, that's always a good thing. Alright, so let's go to that bonus area. Shoot, I forgot to get the weapon there. That was dumb of me. Alright. So I totally did not get that. Womp womp. And then this is just kind of like a bonus stage for you. Alright, so let's retry that. Or the Forest of the Mist, I think. So we're going through it again. Like I always do, right? Alright. But that's fine though. I needed to level up anyway. Which is always a good thing. Alright. That's a cool move though. I really like that move. And you know, the other thing too that I'm really excited about too is they may possibly be working on an Onimusha game. Onimusha was such a great, such a great game on the PS2. And really good lore and good storyline too. Hey, I can't help a game with a good looking Asian guy. I mean, come on. So horrible. No, so what ended up happening too, kind of tying it back. I'm sorry I'm all over the place. It's just been a lot. It's been a lot on my mind. It's been a long, it's been a long time since I streamed. Like, I did stream yesterday. Oh, cool. I got beginner bottoms. There we go.
You can go to the next area.
I'm just gonna pick up more swag. Alright, so I, of course, just like in any game, is your inventory. Alright, so we have spotted green nails. Okay, I think... Oh, well that's stupid. Yes, I'm gonna drop that. I can't even use... No, wait, let me cancel that. Let's see here. Okay, so I can't even use that, because that's just for a priest only. Can't even wear that either. Alright, let's see this divine gift box here. So this is level 2. Like, what the heck is in here? Oh, there we go. Alright, got pieces of the alphabet. That's for a slasher only. Alright. So let's keep rocking and rolling here. So after I spent like this is what took me so long to get on stream, guys, was it literally took me like almost 2-3 hours, and I come to find out that Terra for my graphics card, right, my graphics card's not even decent enough to run it on even medium settings. So now I have to be in the market for a good graphics card, and it's gonna cost me, not even lying, probably around that $300 to $400 ballpark. And I was like, my gosh, it gets expensive, my friends. I'm just telling you. See how beautiful my character looks? Like, I swear. See, beautiful people gotta stick together. Oh, no, I'm kidding. See, you know the thing that's really a pet peeve for me and really pisses me off is when beautiful people complain about things that they shouldn't even be complaining about, such as being, you know, oh, being attractive is such a bad thing. It's like, okay, do you know how many people would they would wish and pray that they had your looks, right? People are really ungrateful out there, I do declare. You know, one thing is, I know sometimes I can be too hard and super negative on myself, but as they say, I know what I'm working with. So, you know, I'm learning now, you know, as I get older, and especially, you know, when you become a woman, you really should be taking the time to actually love yourself. You know, to take that time and learn how to love yourself. It's so important. You know, you gotta love yourself first, you know, before anybody else will appreciate that love, because then that's tying it into your personality. Then people know who you are, you know, and not what you're trying to, you know, be. Like, and what I mean be is like when you're trying to act like something that you're not. And I really don't believe in that fake it till you make it. You gotta have realistic standards for yourself and how you conduct your life. It's so important. You know, and then kind of tying it into today's, tying it into what happened to me today. You know, that's pretty much what happened to me. Was like, it was crazy. I spent all this time, and I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, I totally got this. It'll be okay. I mean, I can play Terra, but for some reason, Terra, and maybe you guys can help me with this in the comments below. Of course, you can check out all the videos that I do, of course, on youtube.com/user SINTV now. And let me tell you, my friends, it was crazy. Like, it would be like at 30 frames per second, which is what I usually stream at. And then all of a sudden it would drop to about like maybe 12 to 15 frames per second, especially if I was in the movement of destroying an enemy. So what unfortunately, guys, due to limited budget, as much as I would love to upgrade my graphics card, you know, hours have been tremendously cut at my job, and it sucks because I want to be able to upgrade and give you guys better, you know, stuff. But for now, I'm gonna have to play, you know, games that fit within the needs of my graphics card. So I really hope you can, you know, understand that, because I don't want to like overrun my graphics card and it gets damaged and I don't have the money, and it's kind of like, well, you know, you're kind of stuck. So I have to be kind of reasonable in regards to what I will be playing a lot of retro gaming on this channel too. So if you are a fan of retro games and MMORPGs that revolve around multiculturalism and diversity themes, this is going to be the stream for you. And Terra is great. I will try it probably tomorrow to see, because once I got it to the lowest settings, then it maintained that 30 frames per second for me. But then there would be sometimes, depending on what I was doing, if I was going into a town, then there would just still be this little like blip. And I just, you know, and a lot of people were complaining about the stream being kind of slow and a lot of lag, and that was the reason why, guys. So I apologize for that. But that's just how Terra is such a graphically intensive game. So make sure before you download Terra that you have the qualifications and specifications, because that NVIDIA like control panel, I had to watch multiple tutorials on it before I could actually use it right. And once you get it, I mean, my games look a lot better than how they looked like in the past. So I've been doing my research. It's been a lot of fun. So let's go whoop this boss's arse. Excuse me. And then we'll get into our juicy topic of the day. But this is I just always have liked this game. It's always been a fun game for me. Just hacking and slashing and taking enemies down. You want a piece of this, darling? No, I'm kidding. I've been reading way too many, like, paranormal romances. I just finished one, though. It was juicy. And that's also what was taking me a little bit long, because usually I don't stream this late unless it's, like, a special occasion, which would be today. And I just came from work not too long ago, too. But oh, this story I was reading was so it was like I said, a good paranormal romance. It was juicy, my friends. Ooh, it was so juicy.
You can't use
that was
this
I literally was like, whoa, that was crazy. Ooh, he is really coming for me. Oh man, he is coming for me. Man, this is not cool. Come on, get up. See, this is the other problem I have with this game too, is he is really coming for me. That's okay though, but I'm gonna finish him off. Watch this. That's how I do it. Okay. But I probably got a horrible ranking. Kind of surprised I got S ranking. But I didn't get, you see, there's certain skills that you have to get right away, so. Oh, I got some new items in my inventory here. Alright, let's see, what is he gonna do here? And this is all by chance, guys. So let's attack. Yes! Got him. And this is all by random too, which is kind of cool. Alright. So let's go back to camp and figure out where the heck we're supposed to go now. Because this is where I got lost in the game the last time I played. And I haven't played this in quite some time. It has been quite some time here. Hi viewer, welcome to the stream, darling. I hope everything is going well with you. Let's get into, of course, our first juicy topic of the day, which is coming from MMORPG.com. Rusty Hearts, a return to live service via Google Play. Fans of the once defunct Rusty Hearts will be pleased to hear that the game has made a return to live service via Google Play for mobile devices. Rusty Hearts has been brought back to life via iIdentity Mobile. And this is a description for it. Bring monsters in close and kill them in one exciting move. Wipe out ceaseless waves of enemies with a dynamic move in this quick and easy pace of battles. Cartoon rendering leads you into the animation action. The animation-like graphics vitalize the game's style, allowing you to immerse more into the game. Now, I will say I am a huge fan of the actual drawings. It is very smexy indeed, like, no lie. It looks good. It looks really good. But the thing I just kind of found weird...
Attention, please.
Yeah, I'm sure. Okay. So... Alright, so we finished that. So this was the tutorial. Alright. And see, sometimes that's the thing I don't like about this game. It's kind of a little bit off, like, not gonna lie. Okay. So... Okay. See, this is where I'm supposed to go. I'm supposed to go to this forest camp and then find this Chester guy or whatever. Couldn't find him. But yeah, one thing about Rusty Hearts though, it was a really good game before they closed the server. I never had a chance to actually play the MMORPG version, but it really reminded me of like a vampiric version of like Persona. If you have not played the Persona games, they are amazing. I actually have Persona Fez, which is like even more difficult than the original. But no, with Rusty Hearts, I did see some of the actual video play for it, and I have to say, guys, let's see here. I'm like, where the heck? Because I'm trying to look for him, and I just can't find him. Oh, okay. See, I don't like worlds where they kind of limit where you can and cannot go. Okay, so we have to go to the dungeon where in Aldan Forest. So we have to report to NPC Jester. So here's the thing that's interesting though, is it's telling me to go this way, but let me take a look here. Oh, okay. Let me close here. Alright. Okay, so this is the city. So I'm gonna see if I'm trying to see, this is the thing that's kind of frustrating, is when you're trying to figure out a game and you're like, what the heck? Okay, let's see here. Alright, let's see. There he is. Wow, that took forever. Alright. So quest completed. Let's move on. But kind of going back to
the quest.
Sweet. That's kind of awesome. Alright, so we gotta kill Destroyer Kobold. So we have to kill 20 kobolds. This is, I cannot contain. Oh man, there are a lot of quests in here, like no lie though. Let's see here. Alright, let's see. Okay. So let's go back to the forest camp. But yeah, that game it was really cool. The animations are really sexy. I love that like Victorian style, you know, meets kind of they call it like, well, it's not like steampunk at all. It's very like Victorian-esque type style. There's a game that's like that I will be playing called Grandio Espada, but it's not as Rococo, like French Rococo, as that game is. But yeah, the one of the guys in there, oh, so smoking hot. I know people think it's weird though. They're like, you think male video game characters are sexy? I'm like, some of them are, okay? There's nothing wrong with that. When you're in the geek community, it's something that's actually normal. So nothing wrong with that. Oh, we're supposed to go the same way. All right, let's see if we can actually join a party here, but apparently we cannot, and that is stupid. Okay, so let's go into these dungeons. So yeah, for it to be on mobile though, Rusty Hearts, that does not make any sense to me at all. Doesn't make any sense. I think they should have taken the time to put the game back into the MMORPG mode, and I feel it would be very popular, because it was very popular and it had a cult following and still does to this day. Like, people still reminisce, you know, about the game itself. So personally, I feel they should have just done it like that, because I did, like I said earlier, I did look at the mobile version and it was kind of crappy. You know, I mean, the graphics kind of remind me of Elsword, but there was no voiceover. You know, it wasn't really. I mean, I'll still download it to support Rusty Hearts as a brand, because I really like the storyline and I really like the game and everything. But overall, no, it was not. It's not to par where it should be. And then when when the characters are talking, super annoying too. You hear this pinging sound, and it's like, really, that was not necessary at all. I was like, these characters straight up like responded. Whoa! Oh, I totally jumped on the tree here. That's cool. Come here, Kobold. I see a lot of kobolds, man.
You can
this
go
is
to
crazy.
the next area.
Reminds me of Suikoden, like the first Suikoden with the kobold tribe. And then they come back again in 2 and 3 as well. I love kobolds, man. They're really cool in that game. They're very fearless. But yeah, I really hope that Rusty Hearts, you know, goes back to the MMO format. Because sometimes I really do hate when games go to mobile. Because I feel like they're just kind of doing it to, you know, because enough people complained about it. But I mean, it looks like Elsword, that's the best way to describe it, but it's not as, you know, polished as Elsword is as a side-scrolling type of game. 3D side scroller. It's amazing. Whoa, these kobolds are just coming out of nowhere up in here. Alright, so we killed like 5 of 20. Oh, we are wiping house. Come here, little kobolds. I want to talk to you for a second. Yeah, blocked you, biatch. No way. I totally blocked you. No, that's horrible. Alright, so we got this boss. Let's whoop that. This is a misty forest area. And see, I don't like that delay time too, which can be kind of annoying. But that block, I love that block, and I like that it regenerates too. Yay, level up, level 6. Oh, okay, so we can obtain rare items in hard mode. And I have been keeping up with my fitness for as much as I can. I worked out like 2 times this week. So I'm trying to get to 4, but it was hard this week, man. It was super hard. It was super crazy. And then I'm also going to kind of talk about college as well. Because like people in the job market, shout outs to all the college students out there, but particularly the grad students, man. It is hard for us in here. Not even gonna lie, extremely hard for us up in here. You know, it's just because, and when you're in grad school too, like undergrad, I would say is a little bit easier. But grad school, man, people just automatically assume you're stuck up. And the unfortunate thing, shoot, come on. Yeah, I gotta kill these things. They are super annoying. Got him. Got him. Bam. Report to G-Pack. We gotta report to the G-Pack. Oh, I got a Wanderer chain breaker here. Let's see what else I got here. Got some gloves. Got some beginner gloves. Alright, let's go to that bonus stage and see what happens. Alright, I think I am going to defend. Oh, shoot. He totally attacked. Well, lost that one real quick. Alright, excellent. Okay, so let's go. Well, let's re-entry because I have to kill some more of those kobolds. I have to kill like, what, like 20 of them? Yeah. But yeah, it's really hard for, you know, the job market for college students out here is really rough. And like I was saying, when you're in grad school too, here's a little piece of advice being, you know, I've completed my first year and I'm in my second year about to finish this program so that I can have a life and be able to, you know, get my dream Asian prince of a husband. I love being funny. You know, that's what keeps me young, man. Let me tell ya. Life is too short when you are acting like a bitch. Let me tell ya. But no, like I always tell people that just as advice, you know, do not be stuck up when you're a grad student. Do not act that you are better than all of the, you know, don't act like you're better than the undergrad students too, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. We're all learners. We're all students, period. Students first and foremost, but we're also educators, you know, period. Especially at the graduate level, you should be, you know, here's the thing though. You gotta have fun though. The one thing too I noticed about grad school, maybe this is just me, I don't see them having fun. And usually if they're having fun, it's like they got a party, you know, with like alcohol and stuff. And I don't drink. And oh yeah, I forgot. Let me explain to you guys why I don't drink. I don't drink because I'm trying to be a prude or anything like that. It's just that when I was in my undergrad, I was trying to be one of the cool kids, you know, one of the popular people. And what ended up happening for me is that I kept hanging out with party people, okay? Because there is a correlation, okay, to the young people out there between the, you know, the popular kids and drinking and, you know, and here's the thing too. If you don't drink, that doesn't make you a prude. It doesn't make you a weirdo. Do not succumb to the peer pressure of, of undergrad, your undergrad portion of college. You want to do what is comfortable for you and make good decisions. I cannot tell you how important it is to just make good decisions, don't do something that would get you kicked out of, out of college. Like, college is a privilege. You don't have to be there if you don't want to. But I encourage everybody to go to college because everybody deserves a chance at educating, themselves, especially in the higher education level. But there's just so many stereotypes about grad students. Like, people automatically meet me and they think I'm some kind of prude. And it's like, no, I'm not. I can't afford to be a prude. I'm willing to work with anybody who wants to work with me. You know what I mean? Like, I don't judge like that. The only time I judge, and I'll be honest, is when, don't you hate those people that it's like, okay, you're excited, to be at this school, and then there's some butt wipe that's just always complaining about how they hate the school, and then they wish they were not there, super annoying. Here we go. Oh, let's see here. Oh, there's our, okay. So we got Pizza Alphabet, excellent. And we got one more stupid kobold here. I'm looking forward to that because I'm sick of killing these stupid kobolds. There we go. So this boss is getting easier and easier. Alright, let's get that X going here. Ooh, I really like that. Ooh, he is whooping my butt here. Oh, did you see that? That was insane. And see, this is where you can get a lot of your, man, he is getting me. I just want to finish him off. Boom. Finished him off. 46 kills. Gotta try to get to 48. Oh, and I leveled up. Excellent. I'm always getting like 46 out of 48. But no, guys, don't, if you are a grad student, do not be a prude. Treat everybody equally because you never know. And if you're a TAA, this is also especially important too. All right, let's attack. Oh, draw. All right, so I got 400 and beginner's armor bottom. All right, so let's go back to camp and get our reward. Yay, 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 yay. But yeah, don't be stuck up because people give me that all the time. And here's the other thing, like I said earlier, excuse me, have fun. I can't believe how many grad students I meet that are so boring. It's like they just talk about school all the time. And they don't have any other hobbies and interests, It's just important to have a life, guys, too. So you want to balance it with your education. There's nothing wrong. Like with me, I am definitely a scholarly type person. I could talk about student affairs till the cows come home. But I think it's also important, just to be aware that, you want to have other skill sets too. And then that'll tie into the second article for our second juicy topic of the day is these worst majors. Because I cannot tell you, how many people just pick a major just out of peer pressure. It's sad. And T opens up that window for you to talk to the person here. Okay. All right. So, okay, I gotta get these stupid things out. All right, so we completed that. Please.
You have finished the quest.
Well, thank you for telling me that, which is awesome. Okay, so we have one more quest to do for him. All right, and now we have to go back. There are hundreds of thousands of quests, it seems, in this game. That's what it seems to me, like it's crazy. And then if you see this here, that means that's where you are. So let's go back to the camp here. I'm not even to level 15 yet. I'm getting close, though. I'm getting close. But yeah, it's just, don't be something that you're not. That's really the one of the important things. Then pardon me for itching here. It's like I'm sweaty and I'm cold, and pardon me for yawning as well. Okay, let's take a look here. Talk to G-Pack.
Attention, please.
Well, no, duh. No, it wasn't hard for me, because I'm a boss.
You have finished the quest.
Alright, so let's try another dungeon here. So we have to clear the Forest of the Mist in easy mode. So I think I'm going to do the dungeons. I just enjoyed the dungeons. Whoa, we have like a monster here too. Interesting. Alright, there we go. So let's enter the dungeon here. I'd rather just do it by myself because it seems like the party mode is just not working at all. Okay, so Forest of the Mist. Let's do this on easy. And I gotta wash my hair today. I haven't washed my hair in like 2-3 days. Because it's like by the time I get home from work, and let me tell you, the type of work that I do is so stressful because I deal sometimes with inconsiderate, disrespectful people like all day. And here's another thing, guys. Look, people who have a job that, and I'm sure many of you can relate to this. If you work in a field where you are, serving people, or if you are catering to people, or you're, restaurant business or something like a restaurant industry, please, this is just, something that I feel is important. Please give those people the same common courtesy as you would give people that you give the most respect to. Because let me tell you, to serve food or to do any type of food service work is not easy at all. It's long, boring, hot temperatures, And I mean, for some of these people, it's a job for them. But for others, it's a passion, and they really enjoy it. But you gotta respect people because these people are making food for you, and it's a service, and you're paying them. I get it, but it's like give them that respect. I mean, I get sick and tired of seeing, people being rude and disrespectful and being entitled. Okay, because let me tell you, if you didn't if you're acting like you're having privilege, that doesn't make you better than anybody, because at the end of the day, a poor person can dress rich, but a rich person could have a poor mindset. Just something to think about, Being rich is nice. I mean, it's a nice courtesy and stuff, but that doesn't mean that, you're happy per se. I think true happiness to me is a combination of things. You got that special person in your life that makes you feel good too. And even if you don't, you're really content with the type of profession that you're doing, your friends, if you have your family. Those are the things I feel that makes you well-rounded. You're knowledgeable, you're willing to try new things, That's something I feel is important, is important to me. But it just blows my mind sometimes, though, how people, behave. Like, today, all I dealt with was, it was crazy. I just had this lady yell at me for 20 minutes, tell me I was incompetent, and it was just, that's why maybe I'm sad today. It really put a damper on my parade. But let me tell you, that juicy paranormal romance I was doing, it was juicy. It was about these two vampires and their romance, and how the guy, he really desired her and courted her, romanced her, and the thing that was cool, he had a very strong personality. It wasn't him being a dick to be a dick. Oh yeah, you want to come here with your stupid thing? I hate these things. They're so annoying. For crying out loud. There we go. Yeah, it's just been a really stressful day for me. And the other thing too, I am sick and I am tired of hearing holiday music. Okay, this is the reason why sometimes I don't like the holidays. Is because they try to make it it's oversaturated. Okay, I mean, do we really need a radio station to play 24 hours a day, 7 days a week of holiday music? No, you can just mix it in. I've just and then the other reason why sometimes too I don't like the holidays is how ugly people get and how people like don't have consideration for others, okay? And it's always good to have consideration to people who are serving you. I can't tell you, oh my gosh, it just irritates me to no end. It like drives me insane. And then I also too, kind of tying it back into what I was talking about earlier, I also updated my graphics cards, their firmware. So that's also important too. That can make a really huge difference in your actual picture of your game, or the graphics or the resolution. To be more technical here. So, what else has been going on in the wonderful world of me? Well, the working out thing has really been great. I've been kind of doing more full body, kind of doing half cardio and then doing like half weights on top of that. And that has been really extremely helpful. Let's get that potion. See, I hate when they make you do this stupid duration time crap. Alright, so let's look at costume here. Ooh, those pants look good. Get that top. Yeah, I like that top. Let's see. This. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so that's the beginner chain sword. Alright, let's check this out. This looks pretty cool. Yeah, let's check that out, see what it does here. Oh yeah, this is a heck of a lot more powerful, that's for dang sure. Ooh, that move is life, guys, I tell ya. She's like one of my favorite characters. Boom! Port to G-Pack! G-Pack! I'm playing G-Pack. I'm absurd sometimes. Alright, let's get into the first half of the second part of the juicy topic of the day. And this is coming from the simpledollar.com. And what this is the 10 worst college degrees to earn in 2015. Here's one thing, young people as well as adult learners, because that's another thing too that people forget, is that there's such thing as adult learners, you know. Yes! So I got that Zealot dress bottom. So excited. Ooh, new wardrobe. I got my new wardrobe. Okay, no. I'm a fool for doing that. Alright, so let's go back to camp. As I yawn. But, no guys. Please make sure college is an investment, but college in universities too, it's a business as well. Never forget that. So always make sure, and these are just a couple tips too, and I'll tie it back into, like, let's say especially in the gaming industry, you cannot just be, you know, one particular position. I mean, that's rare that happens, but it's so vital, guys. I can't tell you enough to be as multifaceted as possible and get a resume fixed as soon as possible. Like, that was the first mistake that I made when I was an undergrad. Was I was interested in graphic design, and I was interested too in getting into the video game industry, like doing like media commentating and graphics and stuff. But excuse me, as soon as I got into college, I had all these dreams and aspirations, but not a straight path. And not saying it has to be perfectly straight, but just kind of having a ballpark, some type of idea. So those first 2 years of college, like your, you know, I would say your freshman and sophomore year, you should already be like developing kind of what I like to call a pre-resume. So this is a resume that is designed kind of in a way of kind of showing what your skills are earlier on in your career. And you should be changing your resume. I usually do it at the end of the year or when I develop new skills, which is, you know, super important. Always have new skill. And here's the other thing, as someone who is involved in multicultural student affairs, please do not go to diversity programming just because it is a requirement for you to graduate. You should be going to diversity and multicultural programs to expand your mindset so that you are not making yourself look narrow-minded, and you never want your resume to reflect that. You want it. And here's the thing that blows my mind sometimes about, like when college students come in their freshman and sophomore year, do not assume that college is going to prepare you like that for the real world. You need to have half and half, experience. I cannot tell you, how important that is. Okay. I mean, it just blows my mind, like, especially people who want to go into like the gaming community, but yet they haven't played different types of games. They've only played, one particular genre of game, or the people who are in graphic design and they say they only do 2D design or they only do 3D design. That may work back in the day, but to be honest with you, as someone who is studying student affairs, the thing that is very important for students to do, like let's say you want to get into the gaming community, you should be already involved in the gaming community in some shape or form. Whether it means you create your own forum for a certain game, whether it means, they're really annoying.
You can go
there
to
we
the
go.
next area.
Yes, I can go to the next area. You should be forming a community or a club or something like that. Like I remember one of my favorite gamers, she formed a club, and that's how she got into competing in esports. And like, it's really cool, to do that ahead of time. And then also you're already building your resume and networking too. And let me tell you how many times people get jobs just because they know someone. It's not about the GPA sometimes, okay? Sometimes you gotta have a combination of everything. If you have good grades, yes, it does get you far to a certain extent. And also, this is not being shallow, but this is stuff I've seen. People also get jobs, or people also get ahead because they look attractive. And let me tell you how annoying that is. Like, look, me, I admit it. I am no supermodel, but I know what I am working with.
You can
But
go
here's
to
the most
next
important
area.
thing. If you're not the supermodel type, because, that's rare. Not everybody, everybody has what I like to call unique features. It's not bad, but we're all made uniquely. And, personally for me, we all look the way, that I would feel like we all look the way that we want to present ourselves in the world, okay? And one thing that's very important to me is maintaining your appearance, especially if you're a bigger person. You already got 2 strikes against you, okay? They already assume you have bad hygiene or you just don't know how to dress. So for me, I always make sure that I am on point, especially if I'm going to something that people expect me to be the lowest common denominator. This also applies to people of color as well. Be yourself, be who you are, but study your environment. Because there may be an environment where, if you're not taking the time to study the culture, it makes you look ignorant. And I think that's something, that's very important, especially when you're going and kind of tying it in here with when you're trying to get a college degree, is you want to get something that it doesn't feel like work, but you also want to get something where there's actually, a chance of longevity. And that's kind of hard to do. I'm not going to sit here and lie. So here we go. Before you decide to go to college, or more specifically, before you agree to take on a mountain of debt to pay for it, you might want to make sure you're getting your money's worth from experience. Most people go to college to learn, to better themselves, and prepare a career, and many students accomplish that goal. Some use their college years to become wiser and more well-rounded citizens, either through exposure to other students and their cultures, or as a byproduct of their extensive studies, which I definitely do agree with that. Like for me, like I always say, that's how I opened up my cultural horizons, was going to school in different environments that not necessarily were environments where my people would be, just as an example of that. But I feel like if I didn't go through those experiences, which let me tell you, if you go to a school that has a particular dominant ethnicity, there are pros and cons to that. Like I went to a school like that. I mean, definitely pro is you do stand out, and people do notice. But then the con with that is people do notice. Okay, and then you constantly have to prove yourself 3 times as hard. And especially if you are a person of color, you do have to make sure that you are on point. This doesn't mean you have to put ridiculous extreme amounts of pressure on yourself. No. And as a disclaimer, once again, everybody's college experience is going to be different, and this is just, my advice coming from my experience and also from the article or the post that I found today. So let's look at these 10 worst college degrees to earn in 2015. So number 1 is communications, and I will have this link below. So I'm just giving my opinions on this. What I found interesting is the U.S. Department of Labor predicts that the employment for reporters and correspondents will actually decrease by 14% in the decade leading up to 2022. And guys, let me tell you, if you're going into communications, do not assume that communications is journalism, because depending on what institution you go to, it's 2 different programs. Just like with video gaming, they may have like kind of like a liberal arts type of, setup for that. You can go for video game design, you can go for video game development, 2D, 3D, that type of stuff. But like I said, you want to keep yourself well faceted. Another way too of getting, kind of learning about the gaming industry too, is beta testing. Because beta testing really kind of shows, especially if you're really, really good at it, it shows the versatility of how you're able to detect different errors and troubleshooting. Because troubleshooting is a very vital skill to have in any field, but particularly in the gaming, the gaming industry. It's a lot of trial and error. And if you're, pardon me for like itching my nose like this, I'm just kind of sweaty, pardon me here. That's how it goes sometimes. But if you have those skills of troubleshooting and doing things in repetition, it just makes you look more flexible. And let me tell you, in the real world, people want to work with people that are flexible. And sometimes you have, sometimes you may work with, difficult people who could be a douchebag, but even then you have to learn how to work with those people as well. Like my dad always says this, and it's very true. You have to study your environment. It's so important. And I do that every time, no matter where I go. I study how people behave to others, their family, their friends, but also how they behave to me. And then that's the reason why I too kind of tying it back in. This is why I don't drink as well, is because number 1, you don't have to, you're not forced to. Do not succumb to that peer pressure. If you don't drink, you don't drink. That doesn't mean you're not cool. That doesn't make you less of a person. And also things like binge drinking, which is very common in college, very bad for you and can affect you later on. And that's something also to the young people out there as well as for adult learners. Here's some special advice for adult learners. Do not let some of the undergrads or people younger than you make you feel bad, okay? You deserve to be in any college or university, whether you're grad or undergrad, because you are there to better yourself. It blows my mind how many adult learners actually don't want to go to school because they don't want to deal with that kind of ridicule. I'm an adult student, okay? And for me, especially with communications, it was a degree where people were like, oh, there's so many people who have but if you have a specialized niche, then it kind of helps you out in the long run. But yeah, if you're trying to be a reporter or anything, start while you're in high school if you can and get as much experience. There are so many internships that take high school as well as college students, and there are a couple for grad students as well. And some are paid, some are non-paid, and just get that experience I really wish I got that experience when I was younger, because as I get older, it gets harder. You get more responsibilities. So, but still, that's no excuse, because I had a friend, who had like multiple children, and she graduated with a double major and was high honors. So it can be done, ladies, and guys too. Don't make excuses about your education. Hey, Lean Ann, how you doing? What's up? We're talking about the 10 worst college degrees here, and I'm also kind of tying it in to gaming as well, because I always try to have that correlation, with geek culture and everything like that. But yeah, I just thought that was really interesting for communications. Number two was psychology. So a bachelor's degree in psychology will teach you how the human brain works and why humans act the way that they do. Unfortunately, it won't prepare you to be a psychologist. You will need a doctoral degree for that. And that's another misconception, guys, about psychology. People just assume you just need an undergrad and you're done. No, there is a lot of schooling and you do need a lot of patience, and a doctorate can take time, but with technology now, I mean, you can do it online if you want. Like, I know for me, when I get into a doctoral program, I'm gonna probably be doing it online, because it's just the commute can be very expensive, and there are a lot of reputable. Make sure the program also too. Make sure if you are going the online education route that it is a reputable program. So do your research. You do not want to waste all this time on something that was not tangible. Okay, so let's go back into this Forest of the Mist. We have opened the normal setting, which is pretty sweet, so looking forward to that. I gotta wash my face. Oh my gosh. I do wash regularly, okay? But it's like my nose is super itchy today. Alright, so we're getting twice the amount of experience, so that is really sweet. Alright, so let's get these stupid imps. I tell you, these imps are a pain in my side. Alright, let's see here. And we're looking for a food box. I'm like, where the heck is that? Like, trying to find that too. But yeah, psychology, yeah, it's interesting. If you're a substance abuse or behavior counselor, and this is me paraphrasing here, this was the estimate at the time, 38,620, or a psychiatric technician, which is even rarer, which is at 29,080. Okay, so there will be like from what it says here, there will be a decrease to like 3.9% on the psychiatric technician. So that is not a good time there. So if you're gonna go into psychology, just be prepared. Depending on what part you go into, there will be a lot of schooling. So lots and lots of schooling. All right. Huzzah! There we go. I hate these steam goblins. They are so annoying. Alright, let me take a look here. Alright, so I got a staff. Alright, let me take a look. I'm wondering, I was like, yeah, what the heck are these food boxes that they're talking about? It's crazy. Here we go. Hey! We have roofies. That's classy. We also have M1 Neff Fox. How you doing? And thank you, Layup, for being really nice. I appreciate you guys in here. So nice and so kind. Are you saying that university gave you grades? No. I worked for my grades, boo-boo. I don't know what you're talking about, my friends. I work for mine. Like, no, I'm not one of these girls that's, doing extra. No. I worked very hard. And it wasn't even, yay, level up. We are level 9. We'll be able to move to a new area soon. We got like 5 more levels. So I'm looking forward to that. Whoa, these kobolds are like straight up ghetto on me today. Oh, well, thank you for saying I'm attractive. I appreciate that. I get the complete opposite, though. I get called a tranny on here, and I'm a man, and, I talk like this. No, I just joke around. I just have a deep voice. That's just how it is. I have a deep voice that brings the milkshakes to the yard. I'm kidding. Ha! No. Okay, let's see here. They said there's some food boxes around here. Let me take a look. No, I don't want to exit the dungeon here. Let me look into my Let's see my quest here. Like I want to find out. All right, so let's try the dungeon. Okay, is this a subquest? Okay, scenario. Okay, so here it is. It says enter dungeon, break tent, and take food box. Okay, so I was like, what are we doing here? Okay, so let's go here and check this out. Oh, well, thank you, Roofies, for telling me I'm pretty. I really appreciate it. This is hard work, okay? Like I always tell people that I want people to realize that like to be a woman is it can be difficult, you know. We're told we have to wear a certain type of makeup to look attractive and to be attractive. And yeah, it really sucks. And this is not to say that men don't go through that. Yes, they do. But I just feel it's different, It's really different. I don't see like guys being yelled at for wearing what's called guy liner. Like in South Korea, some men do wear this stuff called guy liner, which is a lot softer or whatnot. Okay, I think this is the tent that we're supposed to go to and break this crap. I want to see. I think this is it. Let's see. Let's break the tent. Yes! Okay, that's what we're supposed to do. So we're supposed to break this tent. I'm gonna whoop this little punk's behind. I have to go in here 5 times. Are we serious today? This is some mess right here. This is crazy. Alright, there we go. Whoop that butt. I know people are like, why is she picking her nose? It's just my nose is super itchy. I've been having allergies and stuff too. And I'm like learning I'm like allergic to 50 million doggone things. It's ridiculous. Alright, so we got new items in my inventory. I actually have to get some wipes, or I'll use a cloth to clean my headphones because they're like getting gross. Alright, so I'm gonna attack this guy. Excellent! Yeah! Victory! No. Alright, so what is up, Roofies? What is up? Lay up? What's been going on? Like, tell me, guys. Y'all just quiet up in here. Like, tell me what's going on. Appreciate it. But yeah, I mean, for me, I keep my makeup realistic. Okay, here's another thing to the ladies out here too. And we keep it equality here on the stream too. So shout out to my LGBT followers and audience. My LGBT people, they're so nice. They hold this straight girl down too. So I appreciate it. But it's a two-way street. I try to be fair, balanced. And not balanced to be PC, but balanced because that's the way you're supposed to be. I truly believe that, But no, here's the thing. You want to also, when it comes to relationships too, which is something I talk a lot about, because this is fascinating to me, is that, look, you gotta make sure you look real, okay? Try to be not try, but be your authentic self, because this is something I always talk to women about a lot. Especially with the makeup thing, because makeup can make you look like the hottest supermodel on the planet, and then you take that stuff off and there's a crypt keeper underneath there, okay? So just to tell you guys, here are a couple things that women do. I know the ladies will kill me for saying this, but I like helping the guys out, okay? And the ladies, okay? So first off, a lot of women do contouring to make their cheeks look higher and tighter. Eyeliner too can be used to accentuate certain parts of the eye to make it either look tighter, smaller, or bigger. Now with my brows, I actually filled them in so that they look a lot fuller. And this is not me trying to, make guys be like, oh, you guys are stupid. No, but being real here, okay? So, I mean, sometimes we disguise our looks the way that, we look the way we think we want people to perceive us to be. For me, and as you get older too, and this is maybe the reason why I do like, older men, is because some of them stop caring about that stuff, It's not like they stop caring and make themselves look crazy, No, but they get to the point where they're like, I need something organic here, okay? You can put makeup on, that's fine, I don't care. you know, because I feel like if you're with someone, you should support whatever they want to do. You know, if they want to put makeup on, if they want to smell like Pitbull's awesome fragrance. I love Pitbull, man. I love Pitbull. I'm like obsessed with him. Sometimes I feel like that way. But I mean, his music is very, you know, it's basic, but it's catchy. And I think that's what makes a good pop artist is, you know, you don't have to necessarily make your stuff complicated. I mean, look at one of my favorite drag queens, Alaska, came out with a CD. I'm not even kidding you. This is the name of the CD. It's great. It's called Anus. And there's a song on there called This Is My Hair. And it literally made the top of the dance charts, okay? Like, you don't have to make, you know, sometimes just being your organic self is what attracts people to you. And that's all that I do. Like, people, you know, I never get called hot. Like, I appreciate that, Rookies, man. I really do. You know, for me, I just take care of myself the best way that I can. I'm sorry. I think I'm like breaking out here. Maybe that's the reason why I'm itching. No more makeup in the morning. Forget that. Y'all gonna see me with my bare face. Hopefully that doesn't scare you, Rookies. Oh, man. And Layup, you cracked me up for that, LOL. Food tent. Why am I dying? No. Ah! Okay, I totally biffed that one. Totally. Yeah, there we go. Let's go beat up this stupid food tent. I can't believe I have to do this 5 times. Like, this is some tomfoolery here. And it was so funny. My friend asked my other friend this. Because a lot of times, too, people say I sound like a white girl, which is really funny. Because I'm like, what does sounding like a white girl sound like? Because often when I think of, like, the sound like a white girl, I think of Valley Girl, which is the worst stereotype ever. You know, so they think they're like, oh my gosh, like, they think I, like, talk like this. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, stage Claire, let's see what I got. Like, they think I talk like that. And it's ridiculous. You don't wear makeup? Trust me, it's a good thing. But for me, because I am a makeup freak, so like I'm looking across here on my counter. I have multiple eyeshadow palettes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 stacks, and they're all filled with my beauty and skincare. So like and I will do a separate video, which will not be a stream video on Sin TV about how to do makeup for stream, because I feel it's a different technique than what you would regularly do, because you want to keep your makeup pretty, you know, everyone has different preferences, but I like to keep mine kind of medium where it's not like too heavy, you know, so that's what I try to do. Okay, let's see here. We have to do this crap 5 times. I'm sorry, guys. But no, there's nothing wrong with wearing makeup too, because that's another thing. People have an issue with wearing, you know, if you don't wear makeup, something's wrong with you. You know, ridiculous. It's ridiculous. All right, and also, guys, I have some exciting news as well. I decided that on Sin TV, I really wanted to take the time to interview women who are in technology as well as in the gaming industry, because I think that's very important personally for me to do that. I will cover the guys as well, because I'm not going to be one of those, oh yeah, my inventory is always full. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's toss that tomfoolery. Let's see. Yes, I want to drop that. Yes, I want to drop that too. No. Yeah, I need to drop that too. Bazinga! No, I'm kidding. Oh, I cannot wait to wash my face. Like, my nose is like so irritated right now from this stupid makeup. Ugh. It's just one of those days. Okay, there we go. Don't need those stupid boots. Those boots are made for walking. There we go. Ugh. Yeah, like, I don't know why girls do that. They're like, there's something wrong with you because you're not wearing makeup. And it's like, really, girl? No, like not everybody can wear makeup. Like for me, I found out I'm allergic to what's called it's called parabens. It's like a certain ingredient that's in, the makeup. I forgot what it does. But what ended up happening was I found out I was allergic to it. Just out of the blue. I was like, wow. I was like, that's ridiculous. So now I can only wear stuff that's what's called hypoallergenic, It's like ridiculous. Alright. Whoa, we got all these kobolds. Kobolds attack! Alright, there we go. It's my horrible 80s action movie voice. The kobolds attack! Like that. Do that. Little 80s rock for you. And you know the funny thing was too? I had my authenticity questioned in regards to being a metalhead. Apparently, I was not good enough of a metalhead. And I was like, are we serious? Metalhead is... A metalhead is a metalhead. If you listen to nu metal, you're a metalhead to me. If you listen to Black Sabbath and Led Zeppelin, which Led Zeppelin is debatable when you think about metal, because to me they always felt like a blues band, but that had heavy metal, elements. And they have so many influences too, classical and jazz. And you know what I did today too, guys? I just said for the heck of it, while I was reading this very juicy paranormal romance book, very juicy. Reading it, I was like, yeah, that's exactly. I would love a guy to just court me like that, like back in the day, Shakespearean days. Just a nice courting would be nice, and not being like, yo, what up, baby, shorty, that kind of thing. Like, who does that? It's ridiculous. Alright, look at this. I'm just taking names. Clearing house, taking names. Yeah, taking names. Totally taking names.
You can go to the next area.
Alright, let's go whoop that boss for the 5th time. Makes me want to throw my headset like, what? Alright, there we go. Ba-da-da-ba. Okay, let's go. Alright, no, but I just thought it was crazy. I was just like, really? Well, Rufy's disappeared. I'm sad. I was like, I thought you said I was hot. Oh, you said I was hot. No, I'm kidding. Not gonna be like that. I'm not gonna be the thirsty girl, right? Yeah, but we got Layup in here. Layup's like my homegirl. Homegirl. We're homegirls now, which is cool. She always comes in. I always appreciate. I appreciate everybody that comes in this room because I am a hot mess. I'm a hot, educated mess. Yay! Another viewer. Another viewer. Na, 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 na. No, okay, I'm not gonna do that stupid move. No. No, I love eyeliner, man. I am like an eyeliner freak. I really like some good eyeliner, man. My favorite one I like is the Intense Eye, I think it's called, from the CoverGirl. I've been enjoying that. Shoot! Oh, no, I got that bottom. I'm gonna try that and see. I'm sure it won't fit me, though. Alright, so let's go back in. Yeah, I do like eyeliner. Another tip, too, as you get older, like for me, my eyes have always been kind of droopy. But, ooh, twice the gold. Okay, that's good. No, one thing that's important to me, like seriously, is making sure don't use black when you have a droopy eyelid on your bottom. I like using brown, or use a color, if you're fair skin, try like a light, like a matte champagne. Like matte looks really great under the eye. And it's so funny I get to have these type of conversations because usually the guys in here get pissed. They're like, stop talking about makeup. I want to see you game and talk about how hot you are. I appreciate that someone thinks I'm attractive. That made my day. Alright, let me see over here. Oh, I missed this turd right here. Oh, say hello to my little friend. Here we go. Alright, let's clean house here. Alright, let me try that. I want to try that sweet move. Do you see that? Do you see how sweet that is, guys? That move is sweet. I know this game kind of feels repetitive, but I just needed to hack and slash. because people are getting on my nerves today at work. Like, people are just being doggone inconsiderate jerk-offs.
You can go to the next
And it's not
area.
my coworkers. Like, my coworkers, they're like my second fam, you know, and they're really nice, you know. And for me, I tend to work in an environment that's more predominantly male. So it's interesting, you know. I'm like the only woman in my department. So yeah, it is kind of interesting because like usually they look at me and then they don't assume that I have any intelligence, that I have no intelligence whatsoever. It's kind of ridiculous. I love how like when you're a woman and you're going to like higher education, sometimes people just automatically assume, or if you're studying it, they just assume you have nothing innovative to give to the table sometimes, you know. And maybe that's just me being a Debbie Downer, but yeah, I just feel that way. And like lately too, I just felt like I haven't been able to get along with a lot of people either, you know, because I like talking about intellectual things, and sometimes people have a problem with that. I just don't know why. It's really annoying. It is. It can drive you crazy
You can go
here.
to the next area.
All right. Oh, what do I do? Okay, so in regards to like what I do, I can't give all of it away because of privacy reasons, but I work in educational tech. So it's an educational like tech job, which is really cool. And yeah, it's really interesting. But sometimes when you're in that type of field, and especially in like for me doing student affairs, you learn a lot of patience. But then what tends to happen is people tend to be, you know, especially during this time of the year, like people's being inconsiderate is like the top of the list. And like I was dealing with that today. Like I had like sometimes you have a lot of patience when you're working with someone, but then other times your patience just like thins out. It's like bloop. And that's what happened to me today. Like I got yelled at like twice today by two different people while I was trying to help them, right? And it just, you know, I like to call it the rage, where you feel like the heat just rising out of your body and you're just like, why is this happening to me right now? But yeah, that's what I do. So, you know, I help people with, you know, their tech related problems and stuff like that, and then educate them on like new technologies and stuff like that. So it's a really interesting job. But it is interesting when you're the only woman in the department doing it. Yeah, it's interesting because people automatically assume you don't know anything and you're just a pretty face. When it's like, no, you know, my specialty that I also like to is, I mean, you know, as you can see here, I love MMOs, and sometimes people will come in to ask me questions in regards to that, which is cool. Wow, he just came in with a vengeance here. Woo! And see, this guy, Saberfang, you gotta get him right away, or else the others will just really straight up like gang up on you here, like this. So you want to make sure, get these bombers as soon as you can here, because see, that's what happens. I don't even care at this point. Let's get this stupid tent. Ugh, keep dying here. There we go. So we got 3 out of 5. Boom. Pardon me here, guys. Oh. Alright. Back in the zone here. I have these Razer Chromas, and at first they were very, very uncomfortable for me. But I gotta clean them. Because of these soft cups, it gets like dirty and gross. And it's like, what the heck? Yay! New items in my inventory. Okay, let's defend. He was attacking. Oh, that was stupid. And that's such an ugly outfit too. Like, what kind of monster wears those type of pants? Cutoffs? Really? No. Alright. Take care, Layup. Yeah, and stay in school. Very important to do that. Proud of you. So, you have my support. I'm here for you, doing the stream. So, if you have subscribed, yeah, just make sure hit that notification. As soon as I come on, you'll receive a notification. All right. So I'll see you later, Layup. Bye. Hi. Okay, so all right, guys. So we finished the first hour here of Divine Souls and me just, you know, talking jazz and talking smack like I always do. All right, let's go back in here. All right, so let's go back to the article here for the 10 worst college degrees to earn in 2015. Coming in at number 3 is theater arts. Here's why. Theater arts people are douchebags. No, I'm kidding. No, that was awesome. That's a common stereotype I noticed in college about theater. Is they're either super nerdy or these are like the super sexy guys that like you feel like you just don't have a chance with. Okay, that's like Hugh Jackman and Les Mis. Okay, but yeah, for me, theater wise, I did orchestra for a little bit while I was in high school. And I played in pit orchestra for our version of Les Mis, and I wanted to try out for Cosette, but then of course at that time it's like, you know, I was really caring about what people were thinking about me, so I was like, oh well, who would, you know, Cosette is white, so you know they would never do an adaptation with, you know, a lady of color myself. You know, I was stupid when I was younger, man. Sometimes I feel like that's where I missed on a lot of opportunities, was because I was listening to other people's dumb opinions. And sometimes, you know, when you want to do something, just do it. This is the reason why I love drag queens, because drag queens, like, a lot of them, they've been through a lot of adversity, but they're fierce, and they take care of business. And that's why I like them. I really do. I really love them, because they just don't let people sweat. You know, they are the stars, and their audience, you know, they feed off of the audience, and man, it's a good time, let me tell you. I have been to 2 drag shows so far, and they are great. And I love when they clown on straight people, because it's really funny. Like, you sit there and you laugh. Like, here's the thing I tell people about drag shows, is you have to have extremely thick skin, and you have to be very, like, thick. Because sometimes what queens will say to you, you're like, whoa, like it catches you off guard, but it's worth it. It's really good, and the performers are some of the most talented people that I have ever seen on a stage. But yeah, with theater arts though, the median hourly wage for actors, this is just an example, was $22.15 in 2003. So just because you become an actor, that doesn't mean you're going to make it to Hollywood. There's different levels, okay? And even Broadway, once again, you have to be self-sufficient, because when you're on Broadway, you actually have to do your own makeup. So if you don't know how to do that, because theater is a very hands-on, but the thing about theater, though, is people are not investing in theater like how they used to. People consider theater just like it's like liberal arts, you know. They just think of it as it's classism, and it's not. You know, theater is very vital, especially during, you know, it's like baseball, where a lot of people consider baseball a pastime. You know, that's why I think theater, you know, at a certain time theater was, and it also depends regionally too, because there's going to be places like New York and California that have very thriving, you know, theater scenes. And everywhere, I mean, it doesn't matter whether it's local or even national, there is a theater scene. Very important to, you know, very, very important to realize that. But with theater, you have to work, you know, hard for little pay sometimes, depending on the position. And then acting, you know, the thing I don't like about theater is a lot of theater majors some of them are full of drama, and they think they're going to Hollywood. Well, here's a reality check for some of you theater arts people. Going to Hollywood is a good goal to have, but that doesn't mean that's the end all be all goal, because there's different levels of theater. You can become a theater teacher. You can become a acting coach or a vocal coach, or you can be multifaceted and do all of them. You know, and also there's the behind the scenes, which I did. Like, I used to design, like when I was in my undergrad for a little bit, I used to actually design the sets for some of the plays too. And then that kind of taught me, like, theater design is not as easy as people think. Like, it can be quite complicated, you know, to be honest. Ooh, that was a tie. At least I got some coin, yo. Coin! Gotta love that coin. Oh, we got Milk My Milk. How you doing? Welcome to the show here. And usually I mean, I stream all like different times of the day. Like I have my late night show like this. And then I have, sometimes I stream during like the afternoons too. And that's what I noticed too. But people are always on Twitch, which is cool. So Flip My Milk, what's up, my friend? How you doing? We are playing Divine Soul. I just need a good like beat 'em up to do. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Ooh, okay. Or the HP regen means regenerate, and then the item required. So this means like the actual probability or how much you're gonna actually get. So if you get an item, it's gonna be twice as much, and that is awesome. And you also want to pay attention to those numbers too, because they do change anytime you go in. It's interesting. Like it's a very interesting game. I will say that. All right, let's kill some more of these stupid imps. The next one on the list too is fashion design. Okay, and fashion design is a very, not pun intended, very fascinating field. You can go in whether you want to be at the retail level or if you want to actually be a designer. But I think that's where fashion design gets stereotyped, because a lot of times, especially, look at these. I got a lot of swag, guys. This is, block that. Alright, let's go over here. But yeah, there's a lot of different fields within fashion design. You can also get into like the MUA, the makeup artistry, and be a makeup artist for the designers. So when it comes to fashion design, it's just like theater. You should be learning everything you possibly can. Learn makeup, learn hair, learn clothes, like the style, like they call it style, or they call it style composition. Another skill too that I always tell people is build your own fashion website. To build a blog is really easy. I mean, you can use something like WordPress, and then boom, you got yourself a virtual resume. Because if you're going to theater, and if you're going to, if you're particularly also going into fashion, you will need physical, very tangible type of work for people to see. And I've heard people getting hired while they're in college. Here's a story I want to share with you guys in regards to like beauty and fashion. There is a YouTuber, if you have not checked her out, for those of you who are beauty oriented or like that kind of stuff, her name is B-Face Honey. Okay, this young woman, she pretty much had nothing. Okay, like she came from nothing. And then one day she just said, you know what the heck? I'm gonna just start making beauty videos on YouTube. And she just made these out of this world like look. And I mean, her face is beat. That's how she got her name, B-Face Honey, because her face is always on point, looks absolutely amazing. So this is from what I read. So what ended up happening one day
you can go to the next
is that
area.
she, her fans loved her so much, they kept like tweeting at Brandy. They're like, yo, Brandy, you gotta check her out, her makeup's really good. And guess what, this young lady has done makeup for Brandy, has done makeup for, I believe, Nicki Minaj and Coco from SWV. For those of you who don't know SWV, very popular girl group out of the 80s. Acronym is known as Sister with Voices. She has done makeup for them. Okay, so her story goes to show is that the more multifaceted you are in learning how to use different technological mediums, pardon me, that's the better off that you're gonna be, to be honest with you. I can finally finish this because I am sick and tired of fighting these stupid enemies. Alright, let's get that food tent. Alright, finish this. Alright, let's go. Jeez. Wow. That's pretty good. You can like destroy your enemy in midair. I will never wear foundation again, guys, while I'm on stream. Because I'm sweating, and what's happening is it's making my nose tickle. So that's why I keep touching my nose. So sorry about that. You're probably like, oh, she's picking her nose. It's gross. Boom. I really wish they would show the final move in here. That would be kind of nice. It would be. Alright, so let's continue here with the list here. So we're going down this countdown. At number 5 is sociology. So sociology is the study of how societies function. Very important skill to have in our society, because we do need people to understand why our society is the way it is. But here is what Projection Central predicts, that job openings for correctional treatment specialists, okay, well, this is just an example, will increase just 1% from 2012 to 2022. Okay, that's crazy. You know, so that if you're going into that type of field, you want to make sure that you have what's called a emphasis, or you have a minor to complement this, because a lot of people graduate with sociology, and sociology, you can use it for anything. It is such a generalized type of degree. But I would say with sociology, you can combine it with communication, because if you understand how societies function, and you also understand how these groups communicate within each other, it's a really nice mix. So I would say just my advice, if you want, because sociology is so well faceted, you can use it for, use it as, put a minor with communication, or even a minor with business, because good business people understand how people interact with one another, and that's how that's how you make money if you're a good business person. So let's go back to camp here. We're going back to camp. All right, so let's look at liberal arts at number 6, which I talked about earlier. But liberal arts degree is the laughingstock of college degree programs for a reason. It's not specialized enough for you to prepare for a specific career. That is why most liberal arts majors end up working in entirely different fields, such as real estate, business, finance, or sales. And the thing that was really interesting to me was there was a 2014 BSL report that even listed liberal arts majors as a group that fared poorly when it came to overall unemployment. Because when you have here's the thing that's kind of hypocritical sometimes about the educational system, is you have to get a degree within a field, but you can't go too broad, because then, or if you can't have so many generalizations, because then people think that you're not skilled in a particular area. But that's a complete opposite, because to me, if I was a company, I would be wanting to hire people that had a liberal arts degree. And the reason why is because you're learning a little bit of everything. And to me, I feel like those are going to be the people that are going to be, to me, more well-rounded, quite frankly. So, I mean, that's just me personally, But yeah, liberal arts, you have to be careful with that degree. Like, for example, for me, one period of my life when I was a undergrad, I decided to go for a degree in visual studies. Okay, what the heck is that? Like, how do you explain that to someone, right? So you want to make sure that when you're picking a program, it's something that you're going to have to prove to someone. So, because someone could ask, especially during an interview, common question. So tell me why you decided to go for a degree in blank. So they will ask you that. All right, so let's chat here. Okay, so we did complete that. So let's
You have finished the quest.
Well, thank you for letting me know. And this is you can also do PvP, but I like to do PvE. Okay, I'm just getting quest after quest here from, Mr. Jester here. Let's see if there's any other people I can get some quests from.
If you are lucky enough, you might have a powerful weapon.
Oh, well,
I am
that's
here
good
to
to
help.
know. Okay, so we gotta get some powerful kindling. And I like that it shows you how many, miles you're supposed to go. So we're gonna rack up some quests here. Talk to the city guide. Okay, things to do in the city.
You have finished the quest.
Oh, I did finish it. Oh. Well, that's cool. Okay. Just keep walking around here. I thought there was one other person. Yeah, they were up here.
Do you have some problem to ask the Gray Flame?
I don't even know, girl. Okay, so.
It's
Oh,
been a long
cutscene.
time. Sorry about the short notice.
Wow,
Has it
that
been 6
outfit's not
years?
suggestive
Good to
at
see you
all.
all
Look at the
healthy.
boob. The jiggle physics in this is
I'm relieved
horrible.
to see that you haven't changed. I want to talk more, but we don't have much time. Let's get to business. 2 days ago,
That's kinda
Dr. Charles and
crazy.
his assistant,
I didn't even know there were
Sarah, have gone
cutscenes
missing.
in this game, to be honest with you.
The famous scientist who invented Zeppler engine and compact Zeppler engine.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay,
Yes,
so for
they're
number
missing,
7
but
for
we don't
the
have any
10 worst
information
college
as to
degrees to
whether they
earn
ran
in
away or were abducted,
2015
or whether they are
is
still
microelectric engineering. Microelectrics
Our
is
job
the
is to track
study
them
and
and bring them safely to the
manufacture
government,
of tiny
if they are still
electronic
alive.
devices and instruments. Students who earn this degree
How do
often
you want me
find
to
work
track them
as a
when you have no
semiconductor processors or even as
I did get some
material
information myself.
engineers. The
The
bad
Justice
news
Lab is
is the
close from the
technology and
forest of
robots
Mist.
have been
If they
replaced
were abducted,
many
they must
of
have
the
come from
jobs
the
that
forest,
normally would
because
be
that's
open in
much
this
easier.
field. In fact, Projections Central predicts
Even
that
if
employment
Dr.
for
Charles and his assistant
semiconductor
have run away, they must have gone into the
processors will
forest,
tank
because that's easier to hunt.
27% from 2012 to 2022.
Then, I should start with the
And
Forest of
that's
Mist.
really
Is
sad,
there
though.
anyone who knows well about the Forest of Mist?
Oh, I like my voice. That's kind of hilarious.
A while
But my
ago,
sword
the
looks
druids
really
in the
cool,
forest
though, not
have
gonna
evacuated
lie.
to the suburbs.
No, but honestly, I was just like, what the
Evacuated.
heck, man? You know, for
There have been
engineering,
many
because people
bizarre
always
events
make
around
that
here.
assumption, like, oh
The
yeah,
forest
engineering
is
makes a
very
lot of money.
dangerous.
Depends on what
Animals and
type of
monsters
engineering. If
have
you're doing
become very
engineering that's
violent.
kind of more towards health, like the health sciences,
You'd better be
yeah, it's gonna
extra
make more
careful.
because healthcare, you're gonna, you know, overall, you're spending more time in school. But microelectric, anything with semiconductors, because computers are, you know, the way of the future now with that particular technology. That's the reason why it's not popular. So if you're going to go that route, please make sure to do your research, just to make sure that you're getting into a field that, because that's the goal of college to me, is that you learn, you grow, you mature, but then you have a field that can help you to get to the place that you also want to be financially. And it can be tough to do that, you know, especially picking a major. It can be very frustrating. Okay, and this is level 9 too. I'm gonna take both of these quests. So we got a lot of quests to do here. We got a lot of quests. All right, so for number 8 and number 9, we have fine arts and criminal justice. Now for fine arts, just like I mentioned with theater, it's the same thing. It's such, you know, you have to be very well rounded, because with fine arts, you know, you're talking theater, you're talking music, you're talking education, you know, and there are a lot of schools. Unfortunately, not all, but some, especially at the high school level, they take priority over the sciences than the arts. And what people don't understand is the arts, when, you know, the scientists and all these people are stressed out, what do? They go to the arts to relax. Now, depending on the person, but people like us, we are a part of that pastime to help you, you know, relax from your hard day, you know, or if you had a stressful day. Nothing like watching someone play an awesome video game, right? Am I right? All right, there we go. Okay, so, man, we are still not there yet. Okay, so let's go back here. But in regards to criminal justice too, the other thing, it's the same thing. It's a very multifaceted degree. So you want to make sure, especially with criminal justice, you want to get an internship. That is the best way to get your foot in the door sometimes for a job, is an internship. Even though you may not get the job, you're still networking to you. And here's the thing, always be humble and grateful for every opportunity that you have. I cannot tell you how many times that I have talked and interviewed people that I never thought I would talk to. And it was just because I was professional and I was very nice and I was very grateful and humble for every interview that I have done so far. So when you have that type of personality and you don't come off fake, people respect you so much more. And I think that's very important to kind of have that tenacity, especially when you're trying to go, like, if you're doing like criminal justice, you know, having that kind of attitude, you know, in regards of the field too, it does, excuse me, it does go Pardon me here. Oh my gosh. It does go a long way. Not gonna lie to you guys. Not gonna lie. Alright, so you're probably wondering, what is the last one? At number 10, we have hospitality and tourism, okay? So, sorry guys. Whew, I'm like coughing up a storm here. So, this is what they found out. So, employment in these fields are expected to increase as much as 13%. But, once again, guys, it really depends on what you're doing. If you are a travel agent, from what they're saying here, there is and these are all projections, okay? These are not like exact numbers, but a 12.1% drop in employment for travel agents. And that's because of technology. I mean, you can go, for example, you know, hotels.com, and you can digitally do the same work that a travel agent would do. I would say the only exception would be if you're going to a foreign country. I think it would be important to have a travel agent of somebody who knows the terrain or the region that you're going to. So I would say that's where, you know, I really wish there was more of an increase of that. But technology is really affecting a lot of these fields that are, especially, you know, fields like engineering. And it's the type of engineering where it was all kind of hand processed and done. But yeah, and then the other thing too with hospitality is high turnover rate, especially if you're in the field of customer service. So for example, if you're a front desk representative, very stressful job. If you are in housekeeping, very stressful job, and you have to have a lot of patience and tolerance for craziness sometimes, you know. So I think that's the reason why it's on there. Now, for excuse me, for some food for thought, overall, to me, I don't believe there is a worst degree program. I think what you have to do, pardon me here, I think what you have to do is you have to make a logical decision in regards to your degree. The first 2 years of your college program, you should be focusing on creating a path to a major that you know deep down inside you would be happy with, you would be content with, even if you know, even when you're done with your program. And then especially for adult learners, don't just try to get a degree because you're trying to, you know, get a job. Getting a job is very important, but you want to make sure you're also specialized in that field, because nothing is more annoying to an employer than meeting someone who got a degree in communication and they know nothing about it. So it's also important to be a scholar in your field. That doesn't mean you have to be, you know, highty-tighty and you know every single theory and you know, philosophy out there, but you at least know what your major, the core values and principles of what your major is about. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna head off. Actually, thank you so much for watching me play Divine Souls. And also, I got 2 questions to ask you, and you can leave your comments or whatever you want to say below. I don't even care. But let me know, what do you think are some horrible majors in college that you feel would lead to either, you know, unemployment or job just unstableness that you have noticed? Talk about your experiences. And then also let me know what you think about Rusty Hearts or just MMORPG games switching over to mobile. Like, what do you think of this whole MMORPG mobile craze? Because I swear, to me, I feel it's kind of overrated. And are some of the games really good? Yeah. But there are some where they're not that great, and you're like, nah. But I'm really glad I got my computer like fixed right and everything's working right. And oh my gosh, I'm like, thank God. I'm so happy. So guys, I'm gonna get the heck out of here. I've been, you know, coughing. Maybe I'm getting a reaction or something to this makeup, because I swear everything is breaking me out. So I'm gonna go wash this stupid stuff off of my face, get the clown out of town here off of my face. And now I'm going to go to bed, and we're going to get back into it probably today again. And we will do either a different game, or I will do, whoa, I was like, what the heck? I was like, there's a person walking through me. That's kind of funny. So I was like, wow, there's actually someone in here, because there's like, I mean, if you see here, there's like, I mean, nobody's in here. It's like that song by Madonna. It's a ghost town. It's kind of sad if you think about it. But it's a great game, Divine Souls. I will have the link below so you can check it out too if you're interested in playing. And if there's any games that you guys want me to play, if I'm able to do it, I will. And yeah, guys, thanks for coming to the stream. We had a really good conversation today. I really appreciate all your love and support. It really means the world to me. And also, before I go, gotta thank my newest followers here, Zen2K15, the Wizard 410. Thanks, guys, really appreciate it. And like always, remember to get smart and stay informed. And don't wear makeup that makes you do this all the time, because it makes you look like you're picking a booger when you're really not. All right, good night, guys.